this, so
Yeah.
it's what we do.
The weird thing is that when I did it on my laptop, I don't get the music.
Oh, here it comes. Here comes Nathan. Right after this. Here it comes. Yay!
918.
We don't need that. Hello, everyone. Oh, Aubrey, you're supposed to do the minifig wave.
She can do this.
I don't know if I want to do that motion.
I'm not sure if it's just me or if he's a little glitchy.
Yeah, he is.
I think his internets gave out on him. So the minifig waves.
And now we have ghost music.
Kids can't turn their wrists.
Yeah, that was awesome. What professionalism we have.
Yeah, your internets went nuts on you there.
Mark, please explain the minifigure hands again.
It's still bad.
The music kind of janked around on us. The minifigures, and friends figures can't turn their wrists, so they just have to go like that.
Yeah. But again, it does make you think of an episode of Silicon Valley, and it's just, you don't want to do that. So
I don't know what that means. So I spent an hour with Comcast trying to fix my problems with my internet, and they did not. So that's awesome. But we do. Danny Fandoms is here. Battery Powered Bricks is here. Maktura is here. Hello. Brick Snaps. I forgot to send Brick Snaps an invite. Hang on, I'm throwing that out.
Brick Snaps, I am still basking in the glow of you running as the Poseidon god of the sea.
Hey, calm yourself, all right?
With your flowing locks and your mighty trident. That was, honest to God, like I chuckled out loud and was like, you have to see this picture. Like, Thomas, look at this. That's the guy at the Lego convention running with. I was like, this is an amazing photograph.
I'm so glad he had a trident in his hand. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
After Matt's comments.
And I'm usually the inappropriate, understated comment guy, but Matthew, and time to time, will make something that sounds inappropriate all at the same time.
They're a terrible influence on me, Aubrey. I'm just letting you know. So
yes,
Yeah.
you're third in line
sure.
for that one. So, yeah.
Hey, Grumpy Jay, how are you? We have a lot of folks in here. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. There he is. Forgot to stick him in the email. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Hello, all for Matthew. I did hear Matthew.
Quick, you need to go get the wig. Go get the wig.
I might do.
My guess is the wig walked away after he wore it for that long running. Just saying.
Can we get a quick story on that? Because it was amazing. Martin, welcome to the show. Can we get a quick story on the run? If you haven't seen it, go to his, Martin's Instagram and look up the amazing pictures of him running at Disney.
Oh, it's just fun. I knew that Matthew had a crush on King Triton. I knew I'd get really good pictures at Disney World. No, the reality is I like to run, right? And I like Disney stuff. And I had run a marathon and I wanted to run quickly. And they had a princess run where there's like 18,000 people. And out of those 18,000, like 10 of them are men. And so I decided I would do something silly to raise money for charity, and a lot of people donated. And we raised over $3,000 for St. Jude. And,
cool.
And it was from the Lego community, pretty much all the Lego community quickly. So those know who they are, and thank you very much. And that allowed me to then run as an idiot. And my heart rate went up to 199.
Whoa!
Minute, yeah, for about 15 minutes. I almost died.
Whoa, yeah, no, that's not good. That's bad.
It was a challenge. But I've also committed to, actually just messaged some more Brick Universe. I've committed to doing stuff with a different charity for the next 12 months at different runs down at Disney, which is Give Kids the World, which is they are the people who house Make-A-Wish children that go to Disney World. And we have a special room that's named after a boy called Jackson who died. on his visit there. He's suddenly ill with brain cancer at the age 6, and so we're going to play some Lego builds in there, and I'm going to probably push the limits of my abilities very, very soon in April as the Mad Hatter, and then whoever else in February and November. So yeah, thanks. So just trying to channel the Lego into something good for all the
Ursula. You got to run as Ursula. I just want to see you riding with like big tentacles everywhere.
I got to be a man that Matthew likes. So like I've got the chimney sweep. I've got
I think you need to be like Hermes, the messenger of the gods, on your next run. Like you got to keep with the Greek mythology.
Well,
theme.
Hercules,
You
you could
just
be
wear
Hercules.
basically a Speedo and a gold hat.
No. You're talking the classics major in me. I studied Greek and Latin, and the whole idea that you ran as Poseidon was like, it made me laugh so hard. Like I just thought that was hilarious. So thank you for that. I needed the laugh this week. So that was good.
Okay, him in a Speedo is one thing. Me in a Speedo would look like a rubber band around a marshmallow. So I'm not. We're not into that. So no, we're not. But
I am keeping the comments to myself.
you're welcome for that. So Martin, we're glad you're here, sir. Thank you for joining us. And I'm sorry I forgot. I totally blanked putting you in the email there. I'm sorry about that.
how foreigners get treated. Okay.
All right. So let's do a quick spin, and then we'll talk to our guest, Miss Aubrey.
It is shout out to Stever. It is his birthday.
Happy birthday! How old is Stever? Is he going to say
12.
12.
12. Times some number, but it's till 12.
He is the most important number, 42.
Oh, 42. He
Like
is
universe
the
and everything.
ultimate answer. That's all.
The answer to everything.
All right. So we've already talked to Martin, but let's just find out, what are you building? Are you building anything right now?
No. I have Disney dots, and what else did I bring down to play with? That's it. I got Disney dots. I was like, I'll sit here and build them. I am working on Peter Pan, and that's the one I'll work on. But I just got Disney dots. Excited.
Martin will say,
Exciting.
like, I'm not building anything, and then like by the end of the show, he'll like build a castle, and he'll be like, "Oh, it's just a spot of a castle I built over here."
Okay, but I have a question. Wait, Peter Pan, or like, are you building Peter Pan's flight, the ride, to go with your Disneyland castle? Like you doing?
I believe you should actually refer to what you're doing as you're doing Hook, because isn't that probably more an accurate description?
Maybe. So I don't know. I'm building the ship, and I'm undecided how it works into everything. If I do a theme ride, if I like make it the scene from Peter Pan, if I have it just something as standalone, so you see the castle and you see all different fantasy worlds. I've got lots of stuff kind of swirling around in my head at the moment, but I'm making a boat at the moment, essentially. Hook's boat. Thank you, Dana.
But tomorrow he'll have Neverland built too.
Never.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, a challenge. There are people who make outfits out of Lego, so running in one of those might be interesting.
It was thrown to me, and I was like, well, you know what? People down at Disney think about what the heck, but I've actually found a way to combine Disney and Lego and running so that it all makes sense. So watch this space.
Okay.
You've achieved full hobby integration. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I believe we refer to that as crossing the streams. just saying.
Oh, here's my
wait, what do you go? Oh, wait, well, okay, what is that?
We got to crossing the
One
streams.
I'll go on mute and just leave it on for the rest of the game, or or we can tell you about it later.
Hang on, I'm not sure that's a.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Aubrey, for that. Yeah.
All right. Jeff Van Winden, how is our resident Canadian today?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I've been sorting a bit. I'm slowly. I finished color sorting, all that stuff over here. So now I'm kind of adding it into the collection when I can. I should really be building an extension to my castle and stuff for Brick World, but it means I have to take the thing half apart, move it over, because I don't have enough room to actually add 2 feet beside it. So I'm kind of lollygagging, I guess would be the right word. I don't know. I'm just not encouraged to do it as of yet. Fair warning, I might have to drop off near the end of the stream because my kid's at a dance and I might have to go pick him up. But I didn't actually mention that earlier, and I just remembered. Brick World, 948 people are already going.
Wow.
Nice.
It's insane.
It is insane.
Last night in my stream, we were talking about the hotel being sold out already for like 3 months earlier than normal, and how they added the next hotel. So I had the details up, and it went up like 5 or 6 people through the night. Yeah, last night. So it's just kind of crazy. But
It is.
but yeah. Other than that,
It's all those Van Winden groupies. They're like, oh my god.
I'm sorry. Who would that be? My sister's not going. She might be
He's
the
not
only
going?
one.
Oh, okay.
No. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really done much since Monday in the way of Lego, other than sorting and more sorting. I did get a second order in to get this set, and basically the order was a figure in this set because I had to buy the figure to get over the 245 Canadian limit, whereas in the States, if I had bought the set that I bought, it would have already pre-qualified. So like the gift with purchase limit is a little screwed up for Canada because it's like $5 higher than it should be. I ordered the A-frame cabin, which is back ordered for 2 months. So I figured that's an April or May issue for me. So, you know, when I actually have to pay for it. But yeah, I wanted to get a second one of these. So yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Well, hey, whose shirt are you wearing? We're showing off shirts.
The best shirt. The best shirt.
Who made that one?
I found it somewhere on. I found it on TeePublic. That's the one you guys use, right? TeePublic.
Yes.
Yeah, I found it on TeePublic. I was just searching for castle logos, and then I came across this one, and I'm like, you know what? I want that to be a space faction, the Space Falcons or something.
That should be a thing. I mean, it really should be a thing.
Space Knights?
Yeah, Space Falcon.
Space Falcon.
Space Falcon specifically.
All right.
Yeah.
And let's just also repeat that on this show we talked about for Atlanta Brick Convention next year is that Moonbase is back, but also I believe the classic castle thing, making a display, a town layout with castles should happen. We talked about that. The old classiccastle.com standard for the village and stuff like that. I think y'all should do that. I really do. Wow. I think that would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
It would be amazingly cool. So
then we can reason to not build another Moonbase modular.
You can build a bunch of green space.
Build a castle module.
Or green space. There's always a need for green in between the castles. So
yeah. Or build a Nexo Knight structure to put in there just to annoy Mark and Steven.
Or already a given, but yes.
Half the Nexo Knight structure is in the castle, the other half is in the moon base.
Portal. We've talked about a portal.
Or just they're side by side, either way.
Yeah.
That would be cool. But then I would want to build a castle that's one day is just sitting there as a castle, but the next day it's actually transformed into a giant robot and stomping through the thing. That would be hilarious. So, and have no one know that it's going to do that.
That almost feels like a Big reference in a little bit. So,
okay, all right, let's talk about that. The movie Big, and that kid has the building that turns into a robot.
Yeah,
I was totally in on that. I'm like, I can see where that's an amazing toy. Oh,
well, the marketing department, which is probably the same marketing department at Lego, said no, you didn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, Tom Hanks said he didn't get it, so it died. So, all right, Matt, let's go to Matt. Matt, what's up in your world? Whose shirt are you wearing today? And whose hat?
Hopefully, it's his shirt.
Hey, it's Puck.
It's Puck, everybody's Canadian superhero, who also represents a piece of vulcanized rubber that gets slapped around by beer league hockey people, which is what I did last night. I played hockey. It's been a really busy week and kind of a draining week, to be perfectly honest. And I had insomnia Tuesday night, so I ended up like taking 2 naps on Wednesday so that I wouldn't fall over when I stepped on the ice. But I was all excited. It was a battle of first versus second place, and we lost 9-0.
You did what?
We got waxed 9-0 last night. It was the battle of first versus second, and we did not score any goals. The other goalie played well. We have beaten him in the past. We did not play well. I had a puck go in off my skate. It was great. It was just great. So it's been a slow Lego week. I've been doing a little dot stuff.
Yay, dots.
Little dots, a little dot here, a little dot there. I did place one more order. I think I've got almost all of the 98,000 dots in my possession, or orders have been placed. There was a BrickLink store in Turkey that had the base plates for a good price. I tried to order 97 of them, and they're like, we only use PayPal up to $150. And I was like, oh, okay, so that means you don't want to make a sale to me for more than that? I don't know. It was a little strange, but yeah. But spring break. I just taught my last class at 6:15, so I don't teach for 12 days, and I plan on doing some Lego and bringing order to the chaos that is still in my Lego space. My Lego room has been pretty much a disaster zone for the last little bit. I came up here and did some tidying, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days ago, and I'd gotten like half of the table cleared off, and I really felt like I am making progress. I'm bringing some order, and then I promptly spilled an entire tray of like dark all over the floor. So it's 2 steps forwards and 1 step back, but I'm really looking forward to not having to leave the house to go teach. I still have work to do. I have stuff to grade, but it'd be nice to just do it when it suits me and not have to go anywhere. Be anywhere. So.
Cool.
And my Detroit Red Wings made a bunch of trades, but they're out of the playoffs. So anyway, nobody cares. Not even Van Winnen are Canadian.
He doesn't care.
Well, first of all, you said Detroit, so yeah, I'm totally against that.
Mind you, I messaged him. On Monday or Tuesday because they were playing Ottawa, and they had they had all this signage for this pizza chain, and I'm like, "You ever eaten at this Pizza Gabriel's?" And he's like, "No."
They're probably only in Ottawa, and I've only been to Ottawa like 3 or 4 times in my life. So
they're in Eastern Ontario. I googled; they have like 9 locations.
Okay, well, I will seek one out just for you.
Thomas,
good Lord, Jeff Van Winnen, you better get some of that because
and then I'll send you a greasy napkin from the restaurant. How about that?
They send me a picture. That's probably better.
Cheaper too, technically.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Mark Sandlin, what's up?
I bought Lego today.
Woohoo!
I got the Pagani.
The Bugatti.
I got the Pagani.
Yeah.
And I also got the McLaren.
You need to put some oregano on that.
Boopy, the Pagani. And the got these 2 at the Walmart. And then one of our folks on the Peach Lug Discord posted a link to eBay for a Sanctum Sanctorum set for $100 less than retail. And I asked them many questions about it because I was really being picky. Like I was worried it was a bootleg or something. And they were like, no, somebody on this other Discord bought it, and they showed me pictures of it. And so I got myself a Sanctum for $100 off retail. So
Nice.
that should be here in a few days.
Score. That's awesome.
Yep. And then I had to push all the stuff back on my table because we've had the Adventures of Small Paul going on over here. He's been over here battling with these evil robot guy and whatever this guy is. Kind of
I like that. Look at those.
That's
Look at
awesome.
those red talons.
yeah, the Small Paul features and things. I don't know what this guy's doing in the back of this Jeep. He's defending from something, but he's happy about it. So like, so yeah. He got some of the battle droid bendy arms that he's got a spear, I guess. So he's ready to, And yeah, that's about it for me. Bought a bunch of Lego. I haven't really built anything this week, but I've spent some money.
Well, good. That's what we're all about, I guess. But yeah, I got some Speed Champions too. Finally, I found a local vendor who has not been sniped and cleaned out by scalpers for the Speed Champions. So I got a couple of those. So that's awesome. All right, Dana, what's up?
This was a very basic A-full week. I'm just going to say that now and get it out of the way. So as you guys may or may not have seen, I finished the Beta 1 base in baby scale.
Baby scale.
Nice.
And my favorite part, though, is I made the monorail work.
Yay!
Yay.
Cool.
Monorail work. That was fun. So now we have volume 1 of Baby Space done. And I did a very, and Chris, you're going to be happy about this. I did a very basic A-fold thing. I don't know if you know this or not, but if you can see on the side, look at those windows.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Look at those windows. I thought, I'm sure I've got those windows, right? I mean, I've got tons of the square or the 3x4s. So I'm like, I gotta have these little ones. Nope, didn't have them.
They are very rare.
So, but this set comes with 14 of them.
Yes,
Oh,
it used to be.
What?
Look at them. Look at all those windows.
Yep.
Look at all those windows over there.
Yep.
Backwards. So I got to the point where I was building it because I got a Bricklink order in. I'm like, oh great, I can sit down and build this. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any windows. Oh, I guess I'm running to Target.
Yep.
So, picked up this set, of course, just for the windows. Very basic A-fold thing to do. I did get an order in earlier in the week, very much like Jeff Van Winden. My box contained just GWPs because the rest of the order will be bricks and pieces that will come in probably in 5 or 6 weeks. So got the moving van, got the funky little micro scale Wonders of the World, which I'm surprised I haven't seen this disappear from my office because my wife will probably want it. And then I've been working on another project, and I have solidified this, so I should not, cross my fingers, pull a moto as I show this.
Please pull moto.
Nope. I locked everything in.
Oh, dude, come on.
Nice.
So look
Dude,
at this.
come on.
Is this for your new avatar layout?
That's gorgeous.
This is going to go into North Point because I need to because I was in there not that long ago, and the manager's like, I was walking around the store looking to see what displays had been there that needed to be updated. And then I ran across this one with this minifigures in it. And I'm like, yeah, I need to swap that out. So it prompted me to finish this. But if you notice, there's no figures on this.
No.
So today I went down to see another one of our Chris's. And because I texted him real quick and I'm like, hey, have you got some mini doll pieces that I can come down and pilfer through? He's like, well, if my 3-year-old daughter hasn't hidden them all, yes, you can come down and look through them. Which ironically, literally, I got down there and he was having to pull bins from the back because his 3-year-old daughter scavenges all the mini doll parts. It's hysterical. But I did go down and I grabbed some pieces.
Oh, nice.
I had to build a couple of the dudes we were able to complete. The girls are kind of just random pieces to make them, and I added some capes because I needed capes for what I'm doing. I did drop this, so that was kind of a moto. So my original mock had this little tiny boat, so now I'm going to make the boats longer, make several more, so they're going to be flowing down the river there. And while I was there, I'm looking around the store because I'm thinking, he's got to have more. Because I could go to Meredith's house and borrow hers, but then at the same time, I'm like, I don't know how long. And I'm really weird about holding on to other people's mocks or stuff because I'm already getting grief from people for borrowing Space Babies. So I really don't want to go down that path again.
Kidnapped is the term.
You seem to be pretty unbothered by the Space Baby kidnapping.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I don't hear it. So I was walking through the store and I found these. So I could add some more minifigures, mini dolls, elves. So I think I've got almost every main character from the good guys. Unfortunately, I don't have Noctura and the Goblin King, and Ragana, I think is the other one, would be the evil side. But maybe I'll do another mock with them and maybe do like the Black Evil Trees or something. I don't know, but
that's cool.
I did find out because I was talking to Aubrey, Dark Aubrey, not Light Aubrey. Said, and she said I got a good deal actually because some of the pieces in this one, the dragon in this one's actually kind of hard to find, so it makes this a good deal just in general. So it was a good Lego week so far. So I'm happy about it.
Awesome. Sorry, can you explain the Dark Aubrey, Light Aubrey?
So, which one is this one?
That is Light Aubrey.
Which one is this one.
That is Dark Aubrey.
Okay.
But why?
I was standing there talking to Nicole and Aubrey at the end of, I think it was Saturday night, and we were having some conversation and became a question of the Aubrey and there being multiple Aubreys. And of course, Maktura is usually in, not that she only wears black, but she was in one of her typical all black outfits. And so it just kind of came up the concept of Dark Aubrey and Light Aubrey.
Okay, I just thought she was more evil.
I think that's just misunderstood. I don't necessarily think she's evil. I think she's just misunderstood.
That's hilarious. All right. So that brings us to our special guest. We have Aubrey. I met her. I'd seen her on Instagram and all that kind of stuff before the convention. But we met a lot of us met her, which she admitted she didn't know any of us before the show started. So, except for that.
And we only just would chat. So I never actually got to meet her in person until set up on Friday. So,
but and she is also a newly minted member of Peach Lug because she is local here. So it's awesome, and it's awesome for us to discover how many AFOLs are in the area still kind of undiscovered, untapped, all that kind of stuff, and everything. And so anyway, that's amazing that you're here, and a lot of awesome stuff has happened and everything to you. Can you go ahead and just give us a kind of a basic how you got into the hobby, just that whole deal, then we'll start talking a little more. By the way, whose shirt are you wearing today?
I'm wearing Dana's shirt. Basic April. Yeah, so I kind of like randomly stumbled upon Lego, if I'm being honest. As a kid, I did have like free bricks, but I didn't collect sets. So we just had like a table that had a basket in the middle of it. And, the base or the top of the table was basically base plates. Mm-hmm. And we just would free build cities and stuff like that with my siblings. But yeah, as an adult, I, after I got to middle school, I kind of stopped doing that. And in 2021, end of 2021, I actually found out that I have 3 tumors. So when I was a teenager, was 15, I did have cancer and battled that and did radiation and won. So all good. I had just celebrated my 10-year anniversary in 2020. But yeah, in 2021, I did find out that they're back. Right now, my doctor is thinking that it's benign, but the location is very hard to biopsy, so it's kind of a guess at this point.
Right.
But yeah, we're just kind of monitoring, and so end of 2021, I was not in a great mental headspace, and my husband just kind of took a chance on getting a Lego set because I was really into Star Wars and I really like puzzles, and so yeah, he bought me the Poe Dameron's Y-Wing set. And yeah, after that, I was like, this is awesome. Like, yay. More. Yeah. So I kind of spiraled like really hard. Like I was like building a new set like every week. I was like, I need them all. But yeah, after that, I kind of just, for me, it's like a great therapeutic thing. And especially, this Lego community, like everyone I've met that does Lego as an adult, it like is just so supportive and awesome. And yeah, it just feels good to be a part of it. So that's a huge thing with me, is the friends that I've met along the way. So
awesome. So what I'm about to put you, let me see if I can do this, put you in the spotlight so we can all be around. Hang on, let me see if I can do that. Hey. There we go. I think that works. Yeah, there we go. All right, look at that.
So, Aubrey, I would just say one of the things that came up in our lug, which you weren't active at that point during COVID, was that when a lot of us were quarantining early on, somebody suggested kind of like folks doing an introduction and talking about why they got into Lego. And one of the really remarkable things in the number of people who commented was how common there was a connection with some sort of health issue, that a lot of us have had health issues or we stay home. In my case, I'm relatively healthy, but my spouse is disabled and doesn't work. And Lego, and so we don't get out as much as we did before. And so at our house, Lego is something I can sit there on the couch and I could be creative and keep my mind active, and we can watch a movie together or just spend time together. And again, various people had, different things that they had health adversity that they had to deal with. So, I just want to embrace that and tell you that you're not alone, certainly not. And
oh yeah, for sure.
It's a common thread to the Lego community. So
I definitely think it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you can kind of turn your brain off for a little bit. It's a nice distraction from all the life things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. Very much so. Plus, when you went from just getting models to start mock building, because you have an incredible mock that you brought to Atlanta Brick Convention, which was amazing, and won, which is awesome. So tell us your process from going from just sets to...
It's just on the floor back there.
Like a boss.
You know what? You're the first guest. You're the first guest that actually was brave enough to show their floor. We've always said, "Hey, we're going to do a challenge where everybody gets to see the floor," and we're all like, "No,
it's
not
bad.
doing it because it's awful."
Yeah, no. I mean, it's just like behind me. I don't know if I can get out of the way. It's on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Aubrey, I built this really big cathedral to take during COVID to take the brick world, and it's like 16,000 piece cathedral. And it just is too big to store anywhere. So it like sits under the table and I occasionally kick into it with my feet and like knock things off. And I'm like, I really need to find some place to store the thing that I spent all this time building, so I don't keep kicking it and knocking little parts off of it.
My dog sat on it the other day, so I had to kind of move it a little bit because he just straight up sat on it. So.
Well, Matthew told us he had something happen to his mosaic. What was that, Matthew?
Yes, my cat barfed on the mosaic this morning, and I ran in there. I was concerned for her. She's having a lot of health adversity herself. She's 18 and a half, and I picked her up, and she was, cats throw up. They do a lot, and so she was okay. But then I immediately took the sections out and went over the sink, and I'm like spraying off stuff. I did not want that to set and drip into all the little increments. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh God.
All right. So here we go. Let's continue your story. So you got the Poe Dameron chip, and then you're like, get some more stuff. What spurred you on to say, I'm going to build something of my own? And what were some of the things you started with?
Well, I was spending a lot of money on sets, and I thought maybe if I make my own thing, it won't be as expensive. Yeah, quickly.
That may be the funniest thing that has ever been said on this show ever.
Yeah, I very, very quickly learned that is not the case, especially because I'm still building like brick inventory. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just kind of got, I don't know. I kind of got to a place where I am also an artist. Like I do paint, and I like to do like woodworking and stuff like that. So for me, the pushing myself creatively is like fun, and I like to stimulate my brain that way. So it's not that I got bored building sets. I just wanted to try something different. And I think after just seeing everything that, people post on Instagram and seeing what other people create, it kind of inspired me to want to do that. So my first my first ever mock was Friendship Timber. So Aubrey and Martin's friendship building contest. I had never done it before, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try. And yeah, that was kind of my first introduction. So I did that one, and after that, I built a jack-o'-lantern. So I have like a little jack-o'-lantern where on the other side, on the inside, it's like a Monster Mash party.
Wait. Can I return to something? Your first mock was a spaceship?
Yes.
I'm in love, man. That's awesome.
It's not really like, I mean, it's kind of like an airship, but
it's a spaceship.
Yeah, it's like a little.
It swishes, right?
It swooshes.
It does.
It swooshes.
Does it
It wings.
Yeah, so I did. It's a dragonfly. So.
And it's very frenzy, which is good.
Yes. Yeah. So. That was my first, and then and then I did my my jack-o'-lantern next, and then it was the reef. So
yeah, so
I escalated pretty hard.
Yeah, you're basically going to peter out early. You're peaking way too quickly.
I know
your builds.
The jack-o'-lantern's lit up, right? So your second one is lit up, and then it's got that all the interior on the backside of it, and then your next one has got all this motion that's everywhere. It's like, crikey.
Yeah. I know. I was talking to somebody, and I was like, "How am I gonna top myself? Like, like as far as in like pushing myself, I can't. I'm doing it too fast. Like I'm gonna run out of."
Don't worry.
My limitations. So
don't worry. Something will come along, and you'll be like, "Oh, I need to build this," and it'll happen. It'll happen.
But do you also feel pressure? Sorry, do you also feel pressure now that you've won at Atlanta BrickCon that you need to?
Oh my gosh!
You need to win again, or you need to be like at that level again, like next year.
I do. I do feel a little bit of pressure. I'm trying not to. Like, obviously, I'm so flattered and was not expecting that at all. And I am very proud of my reef, but yeah, it's a little intimidating going to the next thing, because it's like, oh no, now people are kind of expecting, like they have certain expectations of what's going to come from me.
We do.
And yeah,
we are judging right now.
Martin just stopped winning. He stopped entering because he always won. So,
That's true. He even built a space theme one day and knocked me off, and I didn't win at a brick fair. So Castle Boy beat me at space. So,
but yeah, I don't know. At the same time, I do kind of feel like it is like, I'm a competitive person, but I am most competitive with myself. So I do think that it will push me harder to try different things that I haven't tried. And I mean, I'm just trying to remember, I'm just doing this for fun. It's not about winning. Like, I was honestly, yes, I'm so happy that I won, but my favorite part of Atlanta BrickCon was just talking to people, like showing them like, yeah, I built this, and like getting to point out, you know, the part usage and stuff like that. Like that was more satisfying for me.
There you go.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the longer you build, the more you start to just say, what sparks joy in me? Like what tickles my fancy? What pleases me? And, you know, and I'm excited if other people like the things that I build, but truthfully, everything that I build is for my own entertainment.
Yeah.
If I'm not entertained by it, then I'm not going to put the time in. I'd move on to some other project that excites me more. So,
all right, I'm gonna give you less of the spotlight just so it doesn't make you like feel weird and everything. I'm gonna put you in the middle though. Yeah, just as a word of advice, Mark and I've been doing this in the adult fan, and so is Jeff, for 20 plus years and everything. If you build something amazing and people notice it, great. If you don't, great, because what matters is that you enjoy doing it. I mean, the accolades are great, and you know, sometimes that does motivate you to do something bigger and better. But then, you know, the better part is when the kid goes, a little kid goes, oh, cool, and sees something detail in there versus your peers. But it is awesome to be recognized by your peers, and it totally deserved it. And I'm excited that you got to experience that and everything. So
no, yeah, I mean, even like in the reef, I included the shark from the 3-in-1 set, and so many kids were like, Mom, Dad, I have that shark. Like, and I was just like, my God, like my heart. And it was really inspiring to see, like, there were a couple of kids that were like, I can do that. Like, how do I make it move? And and then, you know, I had the little SpongeBob minifigures in there too. And so a bunch of kids were really excited about that. So,
and
that definitely.
I thought it was a really nice way for someone to win the awards when everyone's sitting down, everyone's fed, so they're not grumpy anymore. They're happy, and no one knows what they're getting, and you get to enjoy that joy with them. Right? That was a really fun experience. Nick did a great job.
It really was. It really, really was. Hey, just as that, Mark, what was the name of the kid that came to Brick Fair or Brick Fest back 2002, 3 on that time?
It was Alexander.
Alexander. Tell that story real fast.
I mean, it's not a long story. It's basically just there was a kid that came with his mom to Brickfest. I don't remember what year he first showed up. It was 03 or 04. And I guess he was a fan of the stuff that Chris and I had been doing online, because at the time we just had our stuff on our own personal websites that we posted on Lugnet or whatever. And so this kid showed up and his mom was like, well, he really wants to meet you and talk to you and stuff. And he was a really nice kid. He was, you know, but he was really excited about our stuff. And, you know, he asked us questions and then we took our pictures together. And then like the next year he showed up again with his mom. And for the few years that we were in that location, he always showed up with his mom. So it was kind of a fun thing to see the same kid come back to see us each year. So that was really neat.
Yeah.
But then it was like 13 or 14, right?
I don't think I was there when you saw him again.
That's right. I wasn't there, but all of a sudden it was like 2013. I'm going to say this guy comes up and he goes, are you Chris? And I'm like, yeah. Are you Fazoom? Yeah. He goes, do you remember me? I'm, Alexander. And I couldn't remember his name. And I'm like, holy cow. And I take a picture and I think I sent it to Mark and I'm like, he goes, I still build with Lego. You guys inspired me when I was a kid. And I
That's
still,
awesome.
Yeah. So, there was 18 gazillion kids coming through Atlanta Brick Convention. But you never know who you inspire to be creative, to fulfill that what they were created to do kind of stuff. And that honestly is the best part. So and that story in the Brick Fair, we wrote about that. It was heartbreaking because he didn't realize who Nick was. But anyways, no, it was awesome. And so we wrote that, and in the Brick Fair, program, I forgot that they put that story in there. So I wrote about that. So it is heartbreaking when Nick is around. That's Nick is also an old time friend. He Nick is a friend of ours. He's up in DC. He went to the original Brickfest with us years and years and years ago. So, all right. So now you have just blasted through space. You built underwater. So tell us what inspires you to choose what your next thing is, or it's just like, hey, I'm just going to build this because this is cool.
Yeah. So I guess the three I've done, the jack-o'-lantern, my husband and I love Halloween, so I had to do something Halloween. And I threw a disco themed party, a murder mystery, and I was like, hey, it'd be cool to do a disco inside of a pumpkin. So decided to make that out of Lego. And for the reef, my best friend did marine biology in college, so we talk about ocean life a lot. So I was like, it'd be really cool to do a reef. And she's also kind of starting to get into Lego as an adult. I'm peer pressuring her. So, yeah, so that was like a fun thing to share. And I wanted to kind of do that for her. But also with the reef, I knew I could push part usage really hard and it would still look like a reef. So that was kind of the main reason that I chose that. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of just like, I don't really have a plan for what I'm doing next. I kind of just do whatever pops into my head. I'd love to do something Disney related this year since it is, Disney's 100th year. I'm thinking about trying to do Paradise Falls from the movie Up. I'm kind of playing around with the idea of doing colors more like in the painting that's in that movie instead of like gray. So like more blues and purples. Yeah, and then also I don't know if anyone here watches Parks and Rec, but I want to recreate Ben's stop motion animation, his Requiem for a Tuesday. The like little 3-second stop motion that he does, I would like to do out of Lego. Yes.
And and it's one thing that we haven't mentioned too much about it, because on Instagram you do a lot of, or you have been doing more stop motion stuff.
Yes. Yeah. So really, really into stop motion. I did take some like photography classes in high school and have always just really enjoyed trying to, make magic with the camera. So
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I don't know. There was something going on over there.
Maggie came in with two note cards and I had to pick one. One said algebra and one said geometry, and she has to do algebra, but she doesn't want to do algebra. I wouldn't want to do it either.
Sorry, ADHD. I'm sorry. I was like squirrel. Anyway, so
no, that's okay. But yeah, I've been getting more into stop motion, and I am very, very inspired by Adam and Bandit. His stuff is amazing. So I do try to kind of learn from his YouTube tutorials and figure out how he's doing it and getting better on my own and stuff. I'd love to do more stuff with like minifigures like he does. But yeah, stop motion is a good way for me to not buy sets.
Because that's a lot of time.
Yes. So it's like
a lot of people realize how much time is involved with doing stop motion. It's a lot of time.
Yes. Especially for like a 10-second video. It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah, there went my weekend.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And by the way, we did invite Ant Bandit to come on, he and Emily, to come on to the show today. They are being very healthy, doing a workout, working on their 7th ab, like Batman, to everything. And dude was putting the 6-pack on the Facebook the other day. I'm like, what? So
he's getting a little swarmy like an Abercrombie model or something like that. That was the vibe I was getting. So
this was a BVD's commercial all of a sudden on my Facebook with Adam in it, right? So well, anyway.
I do like Stever's comment. Disney Park and Rec would be a fun mashup. That would be a fun mashup.
That's funny.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah. And every time you mention a Disney mock, Martin is crossing something off of his list. Like, okay, that one's
well, thank goodness. I don't have to.
Well, I was going to ask Matthew that now that Aubrey did the reef, are you going to take the reef off of your mock to-do list?
No, don't.
It's still a wish list. I think
do it.
I think I actually talked to her at the show about maybe doing a collaborative reef at some point. Like if a couple of us had, can join reefs,
yes,
it could be a pretty cool layout. So I think that'd be fun.
I'll build the Nemo characters and you guys do the reefs.
Yes.
And at Christmas, you could do a reef.
Boom.
Sorry.
That's my lane. That's
We
my
went way too long without a dad joke. What time was it?
That joke was in metric, and none of us Americans got
So,
it. So.
the other reason that the reef needs to happen is there was a translucent blue squid part that only was sold in Australia, which I bought from Australia off BrickLink, that needs to be displayed because I dropped too much money on it for it not to.
Yes.
Is it the chef's hat in trans blue? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's the squid.
I'm
It's
gonna
a
get it.
squid.
I'm gonna get it.
It's the actual squid piece, you know, like from the underwater sea adventure sets.
I just wanted to tell Martin your next project is the Haunted Mansion because they released a teaser trailer for the new movie today.
They did. I saw that.
And there you have it. You have to build the Haunted Mansion now.
Little Patrick Higgins has done it so well.
Yeah, I was gonna say Patrick's kind of knocked that one out.
That's
That's
true.
That one's game over.
This like only came in like some boutique set in Australia, and there were exactly 2 of them on BrickLink when I ordered it. Like,
And that's
it's
an octopus.
whatever.
Okay.
So
Like,
so
that's
this
an octopus.
Oh, hey, she pushed the glasses up. Did you see that? She made the push. That is a tradition when we over nerd. It is to push the glasses up. She's one of us.
It needs a reef home, that's for sure.
That's one thing though, is a reef can be done so many different ways. I mean, it's been done before. I'm not the only person that ever did a coral reef. So I feel like everyone kind of puts their own spin on it.
I'm gonna see if I can add your reef. Can we go through the pictures on your Instagram? Because I'm really interested, because in this short amount of time, you've learned parts, you gained parts, and you got a lot of parts of the same color and everything, and you've done extremely well at that. And then, which I'm like, man, how did you do that so fast? So maybe talk about that a little bit, but I'm gonna see if I can share. I have to do the old man talking. I hit the button and the thing and the. I don't even know where the thing is. Is it? Where's the present?
The share button.
Oh, it might be.
It says present. Share
Yeah,
screen.
Yeah, now it's a drop down.
And someone was saying something about lots of reefs get done. This one was so good because it wasn't overdone. It was like you can have too much on it, and I think it was designed so nicely to flow the eye everywhere that made it so appealing.
Yeah. All right. So there's the overall. So I believe. All right. So start here. Tell us. I mean, would you say pick a brick wall? Would you say BrickLink? How did you do all? Where'd you get all the inspiration?
So I did my best to get stuff from the pick a brick, but I pretty much worked on this for about 6 weeks. So I was limited to, like, idea came, and then 6 weeks later was ATLBRICKCON. So
oh, really? You built it that close to BrickCon?
Yes, I was like scrambling because it, like, even when I signed up, I was like, I don't know how big it's gonna be. I don't know. Yeah, it was poor planning on my part.
Yes, this looks like poor planning to me. So this is amazing.
We'll let you go for your poor planning this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So the majority of it came from BrickLink, just because I didn't have time to wait for Lego Pick a Brick online, and I didn't have time to wait for stuff to show up on the wall. But there are, like, whatever was on the wall, I did try to use and grabbed cups of. But yeah, a lot of it was just like randomly searching on BrickLink. I did try to kind of get my followers involved a little bit. So I did like a question box and asked, like, what pieces do you want to see in the reef, to kind of challenge myself to use different pieces. So, like, carrots got suggested, hair pieces got suggested.
I didn't realize those were chairs. That's
so
awesome.
the chairs did come off the wall, the pick a brick wall. So I saw those and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to use these. And then I think it worked out great. I was really proud of that part.
I got a question for you. because I'm sensing something, and I want to see if this is how you actually kind of equate this as well. Is that, do you feel that the challenge to use specific pieces pushed you further than if you weren't trying to use something that you never thought about using?
Yeah. So that was kind of like, I had some things in mind that I thought looked cool and I wanted to try to use, definitely. But, the most fun I had was trying, like, I think Minimal Bricks Thomas suggested using minifigure legs. And I was like, how in the world am I going to use, like, how do you even attach minifigure legs to something if it's not attached to a torso?
Right.
And so the legs are like the red and black in the middle there. So
The
it was like fun,
leg.
like trial and error, and like there's a lot of stuff that I did that just like did not look good. But yeah, I think that really pushed me to I don't know, try new techniques that I wouldn't have done before, and like pieces that I wouldn't have thought of using. So it was fun to like get more people's input, and I'm doing like a reel series, like calling out all those people that did give me suggestions, because I do feel like they were part of the build, and it wouldn't have been the same without them. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. So talk about you got motion in here. There's a lot of us in the room who get the cold sweats thinking they might have to do that. I don't build mechanical stuff very well like that. So was this trial and error? What did you use for the gearing? I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was. You can ask Martin how much I was messaging him saying, I'm about to take all the motion out of this thing. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, it was a lot of trial and error, a lot. And there were days where I was like working on it for hours and just, it was like not working the way I wanted it to, not looking the way I wanted it to. There were some things that I took out that were in there, but it just like wasn't coming out how I pictured it. But yeah, it was trial and error. And like, I watched a lot of like TikToks and Instagrams of other people that do Lego motion and tried my best to like learn techniques from them. But yeah, this is my first time using motors, and Martin and I went to Atlanta Brick Co. and I bought my first motors down there. And Meredith and Brian were nice enough to let me buy one of their train motors, so I didn't have to worry about batteries. So
it takes a village.
Ryan's probably warming you up to be GBC with him. I could see that.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. If you've gone down this path, it's just a small step to the right and you're in GBC land.
Yeah.
They just want you to be one of the people that has to schlub at that thing all day, putting stuff back together. That's what they're doing. So.
But yeah, I went over there to get one. I needed a longer Technic rod, and I couldn't wait for a Bricklink order. Like, I needed it. And so Meredith was like, yeah, just come over. And then, of course, Brian was like, do you need motors? Do you need controllers? He was like, do you need a train motor? Here, let me give this to you. And, I'm asking him the cost, and he's like, $9. And I'm like, that these retail for like $50. Like, I bought my motors for like $50. Like, because I was using power functions, not the powered up. So
yeah. But no, I mean that's part of the reason of having your Lego family in general.
Oh yeah.
Is that,
yeah.
There is one mock or one monochrome habitat that is 90% Matthews. Because I went to his house when he was at Brick Fair, Virginia, and sat down in his office and built a habitat because he had the cart
out of his pieces. Yeah.
He had the pieces that I didn't have. And I'm like, and so
supposedly he was checking in on my cat.
He's sitting at your house building going, shut up, cat. And then
come up and sit with me a little bit.
Hey, as long as you got consent to go through his drawers.
Exactly. You got to have consent for that.
So which color is it? I don't remember.
It's
Don't tell him.
not magenta.
Just say
it's
white.
dark pink.
Say white.
It's
The
the dark
dark
pink.
pink.
Dark say
pink.
white.
Say
It's
white.
the dark
Come on.
pink. Because I
know.
I had the greebly bits, but I didn't have the bricks and the plates that I needed, and Matthew did. So that was
The funny thing is, like, a lot of that dark pink came off the wall at one point. Like, they had 1x3s, I think, on the wall, and I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. Sure, let's get half a cup, you know. And you never know. So
and ironically, I mean, I find myself now taking that sage advice that when I see something on the wall that's not very common, I'm like, I'm probably going to never use these 1x1 purple sparkly bricks, but I should probably grab a handful just in case.
and that, ladies
That's
and
what. Yep.
Will use them.
is how we end up on the Lego Hoarder show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well,
That's a
and that
basic
is why
A-ball.
I'm struggling because I don't have a lot of dark turquoise and I need it for what I'm building. And I'm like, dang it, there was plenty of it and I blew it. I missed it. So
I have 3 drawers of dark turquoise for the tower, the Jetsons tower. You need to, like, come over or something.
And I have a
You
huge
too can
gallon bag
rummage-
of greebly bits that's just got your name all over it. So
And you two can rummage through Matt's drawers.
As long as you get consent.
exactly.
Exactly.
You gotta check with
gotta have
Thomas.
consent. Gotta have consent. So, all right. Well, we are at an hour. My internet's getting bad. But you guys have questions for Aubrey that you want to ask or anything like that?
Will you come back and hang out with us again?
I'd love to. Yeah.
There you
I
go.
do know. I did see that Martin asked in the comments when I was going to break my sets apart for pieces, and I can't do it yet. I'm not there. I don't know. It's just the reef is like so special that it's going to be really hard to.
Well, now the question
Since
is,
I was like, yeah.
was Martin asking, are you going to take mocks apart to use those pieces, or are you going to start
No.
taking sets apart?
Oh,
Official
okay.
sets apart.
Thank
Like,
you, Dana,
So I
for
already started
thank
doing.
you.
I already started doing that.
like going and buying
Oh,
a
good.
specific set because you need one part.
I did. So I used. I had the original botanical bouquet, nicely displayed on my kitchen table, and it is destroyed. Like.
Okay.
There is
She's-
nothing. It's just the stems left. Like I was like, give me all these pieces, destroyed. No, too far gone. I'm not even going to try to rebuild it. So
You are doing that shirt complete justice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
And
are-
I have also done the same thing. Now, when I go to the pick a brick wall, I'm like, what colors do I not have? Even if I don't need them,
Mhm.
give me all the cups. So
And technically, you've created real life by having just the stems in a bowl on your dinner table because the flowers die.
Exactly.
That's what happens. So
and I always kill all my plants. So.
So those botanical sets practically cry to be incorporated into a reef. There are some great.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
so fun doing some of the parts drafts. We did a parts draft at Rick World with one of the sets, and then we did one with the Atlanta BrickCon and the wildflowers one. But I haven't opened up the other one, the dried bouquet. I can't wait to open that one up and see some of the parts in there.
Well, Aubrey, it's good to see that you are progressing. You have hit some heights earlier than many, but you are progressing. There becomes the point where you start taking a couple of pieces off of a set.
Yeah.
You will then progress to start taking pieces off of your own mocks.
Yeah. Yep.
And for me, I will go steal parts off of my kids' sets and see if he notices. So these things happen in progressions.
Slowly,
So,
yeah.
And you've already gone to Brian and Meredith's house to steal parts from them. So
Exactly.
yeah, these are all rites of passage.
I'm like spiraling pretty hard. So
and have you done the step where you've taken parts off of a set and you've added them to your bricks and pieces list to put back on the set when you place the next order?
so I was trying to do that, and then distraction happens, and then it's like, oh crap, what piece did I take off? I don't remember. So
Oh, it does my heart proud.
Yeah. At least you get a little warmth. You're like, at least I'm not that weird because somebody else is doing the exact same
Yep.
thing. So
And
yeah,
all the
we're all doing it.
and all the Mandalorians say this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the
Hey.
way.
Speaking of which, these guys are probably going to get more valuable now that season 3 just started.
Yep.
These little dudes from the battle pack.
Yeah.
I was amazed that those were marked down on Shop Lego for a while, and they were marked down. I bought 5 of them from a BrickCon store. I was like, I think these are going to be worth a lot of money in 10 years. I'm just going to put these back in the basement storage, and somebody will pay me 4 times what I paid for
Once
them.
again, Matthew can't pick the lottery numbers, but he can pick what sets to pick up ahead of time. So.
If only I
think
could
that's
pick
great.
stocks like this. But
Yeah, those are going to be in demand as this season progresses, I think.
Yep. I think so too.
So Aubrey, there was a request for your stream, so I put it in the chat over there for people to come find you.
Perfect.
Is there other socials you are? Or are you Instagram mainly?
I don't know how to do TikTok, so no, not on TikTok. I would like to start doing YouTube as well, but for now it's just Instagram.
Well, we probably discouraged you from YouTube tonight. So
No, this was awesome. This was really fun. Anytime you'll have me, I'll come back. So.
oh, you'll get spammed by me at least twice a week. So there you go. Aubrey, we are excited that we're glad that you're here. Anybody else have a question or a comment or encouragement for her before we go ahead?
Are you planning to go to any more conventions for the year, or?
So I'm trying to make Chicago work.
cool.
I did. I saw that they did open the second block, and I did go ahead and get a room. Just since that can be canceled, I'm like, let me just go ahead and get a spot. And I do have my ticket. I just need to make sure that it makes sense financially. So that's the big thing. I'd like to do that one, and I would really, really like to go to Brick Slopes as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. Those are the 2 I'm hoping for.
And on that note, if anybody watching is thinking about going to Brick World Chicago, there are other hotels that are really close.
Yeah.
to the
Yep.
venue. So even if you can't get into the Brick World Hotel, there are like 5 hotels within 2 minutes. They're all right there together.
Yep. Yeah, that was the big thing for me is like everyone's like, oh no, you missed the block. And I'm like, well, the rooms are like $250 a night for that hotel.
crazy.
So I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So
When I went with Chris, which way am I pointing on this thing? When Chris and I went last year, we stayed at the Hyatt Place, which is like right around the corner. It was like a 1-minute drive from the hotel, so it's not a problem.
yeah, and I think the second block that they opened up in the hotel across the street, they're offering like free shuttle service as well. So there are definitely more options now for that.
Well, good. I actually chatted with Nick and Amanda, and they dropped the date, but I'm not going to say it because it's not official, of when Atlanta Brick will be and everything. And so excited for that. It's good to have that home show, and hopefully we can even get it, with that same. There's a feel to Brick World that was very refreshing, and there's a culture there and everything. So hoping that will happen at our show, and we're excited by that, and looking forward to seeing what we all get to do. I would love to see a castle layout happen. That would be like a collaborative castle and all that kind of stuff. Super amazing. All right, Aubrey, we're glad that you've been here tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us. You have encouraged us because it's exciting to see you being so new in the hobby and then just progressing and doing so extremely amazing, seeing your creativity with the brick blossom and everything. So that was amazing. Thank you for being with us. Thank you everybody who's watching.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. We'll bother you so much you'll come back. So anyway, and looking forward for you hanging out with us in our lug. And it's exciting to have, we were talking about this Monday. It was like we have some really strong builders in our lug, and that's really exciting for Atlanta. So hoping to see that lug continue to grow and everything. So, oh, look at you! You got whoa! Put that back up there.
It's not done yet. It's missing a. Or which side? Cover this side up. There you go.
Awesome. Well, I hope everybody has gotten their March 1st stuff that they have wanted and everything. So, hey, everybody, have a great night. Be awesome. Be awesome and build awesome. Good night, everybody. Have a great night. Goodbye.
Night.